being able to combine that and started walking and just doing my prayers, that day I felt a little different. There was a sense of peace. Well, not because my problems disappeared, but because I was walking with purpose. I think there was that purpose that came in, and that was the moment PRALK was born.
Welcome to Trailblazer, a podcast where we get to sit in and listen to interesting conversations with some of the company's opinion leaders and those whom we regard as influencers and experts in their respective fields. Expect to get the lowdown on topics that you've always wanted to learn more about, vast knowledge about the business, gain a wealth of wisdom and life hacks that we can take along with us in our TP journey.
And welcome to another episode of TP Trailblazer, the podcast where we celebrate the heart and soul behind leadership, passion, and purpose within TP. I'm your host, Derwin, and today we're diving into a unique and deeply personal advocacy that blends movement and mindfulness. It's called PRALK, P-R-A-L-K, a powerful combination of prayer and walk led by one of our very own training quality leader, Shell Amy Jimenez. In a fast-paced, high-pressure environment, what does it mean to slow down, connect with your spirit, and lead from a place of intention? Today, we'll explore how this simple yet profound practice is helping not just one leader, but an entire team find clarity, calm, and deeper connection in their everyday lives. Shell, hello and welcome to the show.
Hello, Derwin. I'm happy to be here.
It's been it's been not quite a long time, right? Since we've last seen each other, we've had learning sessions as part of the TP Prime program, but this time around we'll do a little bit different of sharing outside of our classroom sessions in TP Prime, and delve into a specific topic. But before I proceed, Shell, please just do a quick introduction for our listeners out there. What do you do nowadays? What do you do for TP?
I'm Shell. I'm a training quality leader. I've been with TP for 20 years. Imagine that. So I've been here since I was a teenager. I don't look it. So at least I try not to look it, right?
So that is can you tell me how you started, and then how was the journey? I know 20 years, our time won't be enough to summarize it, but just curious to know what's your background.
Well, was from quality. I'm homegrown, quality person, but eventually leading me to training over maybe a couple of years, joining training. What led me to join training, because, it's a combination of both anyways, is to understand already how we can develop in the early years, or at least early stages of our learners. And that meant a lot to me because part of quality is to be able to maintain and sustain that performance that they have coming from training.
I see. So we have one of our TQ experts with us today, and with 20 years of experience in her pocket. So I'm pretty sure, if not yet done, you'll be recognized in one of our Legends recognition events in one of the sites. So allow me to congratulate you for your years of service with TP. So now let's proceed with the topic. And really curious to know, PRALK, or prayer plus walk. Can you share with us what is this all about, really, and how it all started?
Well, PRALK stands for, it's a combination of two words. It's pray and walk. It's very simple. It's a simple habit, but, eventually became a movement. It started early this year. Let me tell you, Derwin, I actually started 2024 at 92 kilograms. And then finding out, that I have a protrusion in my spine, and I have to really reduce my weight. When I bought myself a walk pad to start walking, because it's low impact, right, when you do walking, I did that for about maybe a couple of months. But later on, did not pursue that because I got bored walking. But understanding that I still have to go back and make sure that I get my health back. I do early or at least morning devotionals really. So I've started reading, I don't know, you're familiar with James Clear, right? Atomic Habits. So when I started reading his book, he was talking about shifting the mindset that you have, because usually when you try to accomplish a goal, you'd like to be able to do it overnight or at least very quickly, right? But one of the things coming from James Clear is that there is what they call the 1% rule, where it mentions that the self-improvement and habit formation comes from the power of compounding, right? And that's why they have this computation where they say that one by the power of 376.
I'd like to say I remember, but the answer to your question, if I'm familiar with the book, the answer is yes. When you mentioned it, I quickly grabbed it because I have it in my hand right now.
Oh, nice.
If we're only on video, but I literally just bought it last month. It's in my reading list. I haven't. I'm not yet in there, but I can relate to what you're saying. Probably like a summary. Thank you for giving me a good preview. I'm reading it right now in the front page. Tiny changes, remarkable results. Atomic habits, an easy and proven way to build good habits and break bad ones. Right. So, and I think it's related to what you're talking about, right? So bad habits can lead to weight gain, and now you thought of combining two habits into one and make good use of your time, right?
Correct.
So,
That's right.
and I'm pretty sure it's not an instant aha moment. I'll do it the following day. Like it became a journey. So, what was that defining moment that you really felt that you have to start this, and what triggered like how you sustained it all along?
Yeah, it wasn't really planned. Like, I thought about it and then poof, right? Or profound. It was because coming from a desperation, really, Derwin, I was overwhelmed with so many things at work, the responsibilities and also the pressure. I didn't know whether to sit still or pray because I have that as a separate activity that I do, which is my devotionals, or pray or go out and clear my head. So being able to combine that and started walking and just doing my prayers, that day I felt a little different. There was a sense of peace. Well, not because my problems disappeared, but because I was walking with purpose. I think there was that purpose that came in, and that was the moment PRALK was born.
And I really like how you framed it, that like you're walking with purpose, right? Because your motivation was there's this realization that you have to take good care of your body. But Shell, we only have 24 hours in a day, 8 to 12 hours at work, or depending on the needs, right? And then sometimes you have to sacrifice. But really, I'm inspired because you've managed to combine these two, and you didn't really have to make sacrifices because you can do both. And I sense that you're passionate for both habits of yours, right?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah. May I ask, if it's okay, right? From like a weight goal perspective, is there something that you can share with us as a win or a milestone so far?
So far, when I started doing PRALK, I've actually shifted my focus into building a 21-day journaling. So I want to be able to use that as a use case for myself and see the kind of reflections that I have during my PRALK. I was able to complete that, and now I'm in my manuscript milestone, because I'm building, or at least I'm trying to write a book about it. Other than that, I was able to trademark already PRALK and be able to create that book and write that book and share that experience, but also I think most likely creating some merch for those who would like to work to PRALK.
Yeah. And that's really nice because we have TP perks, right? So you're able to promote that. I'm not sure if it's for profit or just something like you wanted to inspire other people, but feel free to leverage on the platform for you to promote that to our TP employees. But in here, I'd like us to get some good insights about what you have written so far. So my next question is that what has PRALK taught you about leadership, especially in high stakes environments like in training and quality?
It's a good question. Actually, PRALK taught me that presence matters most or more than performance. I don't think you'd be able to push through with any kind of performance without being present. And any kind of work that we do, we're usually constantly driven by KPIs, urgency, and even firefighting, right? But walking while praying has shown me the power of being able to pause, recalibrate myself before even reacting. Leadership isn't always loud, and sometimes it's quiet, reflective, and deeply rooted. So PRALK helps me make better decisions, be grounded, and be able to lead with empathy, even under pressure.
And that's really very insightful, Shell, because in our environment right now in TP, it's not really physically draining in a sense, like compared to a labor-intensive environment. So you need to have a perfect, or I would say good combination of healthy body and healthy mind and spirit as well. And I think that's what you're trying to achieve. And then I'm pretty sure you're inspiring the team in leading by example.
That's right.
So I'm pretty sure you started alone. Probably do you have some team members of yours or other friends that started joining you in this journey?
Surprisingly, yes. And in the most heartwarming ways, really. I have team members who've started sending me a screenshot of the steps they've done for a day. And and sharing that they've started walking more intentionally, or even began reconnecting with their faith. Some even share that PRALK gave them clarity during the tough times that they have, or if they have to make tough decisions, and simply just improving their mood before work. Because usually PRALK, I would recommend to do it before shift.
I see. So how was your team initially, right? When you shared this habit of yours with them, how was your team or your community or family responded to this advocacy? Did someone say that, what are you doing?
Are you crazy?
Maybe some pessimists out there or something, or is it dangerous because you might be praying and then suddenly you're on a busy street or something? But on the positive side, have you seen it influence their mindset or performance?
Yes, most especially with my team. The team members, the first reaction they had was, "Are you crazy, Chell? With all of the things that's been happening with work, do you still want us to spend more time doing PRALK?" But eventually what happened was, because one of the practices that I do, since I bought myself a walk pad, right, I'm able to do it indoors, most especially with the weather conditions that we have.
Yeah, it's a rainy season, so that means that nothing will prevent you from continuing that outdoor, indoor, wherever you are, you can still do it.
That's right. And there are multiple ways actually where you can do your steps, because there are step activities that you can do while at home, even without the walk pad.
You know what, Shell? I shifted from treadmill running to just walking, inclined walking. But when I do the intense walking, I watch a Netflix episode or just watch a series. So probably I'll take your habit, if I may, and then try to shift it. Maybe it will work for me.
I would highly recommend, because I learned about two practices for walks, right? One is pyramid walking. If you have a treadmill at home or maybe in the gym, you can do 5 minutes with an incline of 1, and then your speed at 2. And then increasing that after 5 minutes, and then extend that to 10 minutes. Just doing that increased already by 1 or 2, perhaps, whichever you can really exert effort on. And then after 10 minutes, you move it up a notch and finish another 10 minutes and close it off with a recovery of 5 minutes. And that's just 30 minutes, basically.
Yeah, and that's perfect for me. So I'll take some notes. If I forgot whatever you've shared to me, I'll just reach out to you separately. So thanks a lot,
Oh, yeah.
Shell. But moving on, we often talk about balance, right? So between physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. How does PRALK help you achieve that balance?
Well, I was surprised in one of the sessions that we have during workshop. If you remember, Gabe asked, "What do we do in terms of our health and total wellness form?" Right? Because when you say total wellness, you're not just looking at your physical health, but also your mental, emotional, and spiritual. And I was surprised that I'm able to find that all in PROC. Walking, being able to energize the body, prayer centers the spirit, and rhythm of the movement. It's you're able to clear your mind with it. It doesn't require special equipment or a lot of time. Just a willing heart and a pair of shoes. That's it. And then when I proc, I feel whole. I feel human. It reminds me that balance doesn't come from being more, but from doing what matters most consistently.
Perfect. So again, another a very encouraging experience from you, Shell. And folks, what she shared earlier is the life design journey that we participated. I think if I can remember correctly, we've talked about when designing your life, you not only focus on work, but you have a balance between work, play, and love, right? So, and I think it's related to what we're talking about right now. So I wish we have more time. But I'm pretty sure we'll have more conversations about this once you publish that the book that you're working on.
I'll give you a shirt.
So, okay, and the merchandise as well, right? So there's more coming, team. So what advice would you give to our fellow leaders or our fellow TP employees who are searching for deeper meaning or grounding in their daily routines, whether at work or outside work?
Just start small. You don't need grand gestures. Just really honest to goodness ones. Even 5 minutes of silence or movement can actually really shift your perspective. Find a practice that helps you connect with yourself and something greater than you. For me, that's PROC. For others, it might be journaling, meditation, or just simply, not doing anything at all. But make space for it, make it sacred. Because when leaders are grounded, the team thrive and you become you, but a better version of you.
And very well said, Shell. Start small. So that is something that is easy to remember, right? And they didn't read. We don't need to copy your habits, right? So, but we can be inspired with the will that you have put into play, with the desire, and then taking into action. And small steps can go a long way eventually. And if I may add as well, because I remember this Latin phrase. I hope I pronounce it correctly, Shell. Mens sana in corpore sano. A healthy mind in a healthy body, right? So in our desire to be successful at work, we cannot we cannot forget our mind and our spirit, right? We can take good care of our body, but it needs to go hand in hand for us to be more successful and more productive along the way. So again, thanks a lot for sharing all of your insights today, but I won't let you go until I give you the time for a shout out or anything that you wanted to promote for Team TP.
Shout out to my team, of course, to everyone, to all the leaders, and to all the TP employees. Lace up, breathe, walk, pray, and listen. And you might just find clarity in motion.
Perfect. Thanks a lot again, Shell. So thank you so much for sharing your heart, your journey, and your leadership with us today. It's really inspiring to see how something as simple as a walk, when paired with intention and prayer, can transform how we lead and live. And to our listeners, may this episode remind you that leadership doesn't always have to be loud or complex. Sometimes it's in the quiet moments, the steady steps, and the whispered prayers that we find our greatest strength. Until next time, keep walking your path, and if you feel called to, try a little PROC along the way. This is 3P Trailblazer, where we'll lead with heart.
The Trailblazer podcast is an initiative of the HCRM team and is produced by Dylan Oteza, with supervision by Army de los Reyes, executive guidance from Jeffrey Johnson and Rachel Tacabelos.